I'm gonna cook up a batch of super crispy wings. And I'm gonna do a little bit of a test while I do it. So I have some wings just split up into 2 different bowls. Just gonna get these seasoned up, a little salt, just some garlic powder and pepper. Get that tossed up, evenly coated. And this just needs a little bit of oil to help the crispiness along as well. Both batches, I made sure that I patted them dry. Moisture, of course, is the enemy of crispiness. So the secret weapon here is baking powder. I just need a little bit, just make sure we evenly coat all those wings. You won't taste it, but it'll help draw out moisture. Now, this isn't just for wings. You can do this with so many things. I've done this to get a really crispy skin on my Thanksgiving turkey. A little bit does go a long way. You don't need much. Make sure that's well coated in the oil. We have our non-baking powder batch, our baking powder batch. I'm gonna throw these in the oven. Halfway through cooking, we just need to give them a little flip. So this is how our chicken wings turned out. I can immediately tell the side with the baking powder is a lot drier on the outside, while this side is still a little fatty. Crispy, crunchy, without the fryer. One of the classic after-school snacks was Totino's pizza rolls, so I decided to make them myself. You only need a little bit of filling per pizza roll. Maybe this is a cup of cheese. I kind of prefer the thicker cut pepperoni. To make these easier to cut, I leave them in the refrigerator right before I'm about to cut them. You just need a little bit of pepperoni just to dot throughout the cheese mixture. So you just need a few tablespoons of sauce. We don't want this wet. So you can season it up however you want. If you're making it at home anyways, doing a DIY recipe, you know, make it your own. What we're using to make our pizza roll, wonton skins. It's good to keep these covered just so they don't dry out. You could do that with a little loose piece of plastic wrap or a damp paper towel. So you don't need much filling here. For these small ones, you need about a teaspoon, and then I'm gonna use just a little bit of water just to act as glue. So basically you roll it, press it down, and you fold under the sides and kind of pinch those closed, fold them under. There we go, we have our little pizza purse. Line those on a tray. I'm gonna get a little bit of olive oil, Italian seasoning, Parmesan cheese, get that mixed up, and we're just gonna brush this mixture on. So these really take no time in the oven, just about 15 minutes. Gonna let these set up for a few minutes, and then we're ready to go. These look incredible. You gotta try these. That's the ticket, that little bit of extra spice. Ooh, that'll do the trick. I wanted to share with you some tips and tricks for a Frito pie. Now, of course, you could do this as a snack or a lunch or a dinner, but this is best done for a party, a group get together. So first off, I'm just gonna start with the bag style. You want a little bit more surface area. So since these bags are a little rectangular, you're gonna cut the side off and you're gonna cut it kind of shallow. So take a good inch or so, inch or more off of the bag. And now you have all this extra surface area so you're not reaching your spoon or your fork or your hand down in there. I like the cheese right on the chips. And I just did some chili. You can use your favorite recipe, chili in a crock pot, canned chili. You can just do taco meat if you want to. I have some cilantro right here. I love green onion. It's that fun, that easy. Another way you can mix this up is change up your chips. Use some Doritos, use some Takis. My suggestion, pick up some to-go containers just like this and have everybody build their walking taco in a container that you can still hold on to, move with. These foil containers are also really accessible at your grocery store. So you can find a container like this and everybody can build their Frito pie in their own container. Frito pie, walking taco, walking chili, walkie-talkie, whatever you call it, I call it super yummy. The best munchie mix ever. Today I wanna show you how to make your own cheesy snack mix. I'm gonna start off by measuring a half a cup of oil. I did 2 tablespoons of my taco spice, and I'm gonna add in some cheese powder. I'm gonna put 4 tablespoons of this in there. Tomato bouillon powder, a little bit of this goes a long way. Some citric acid, about a teaspoon. Starting off with some Chex Mix, corn and rice. I like a mixture of everything. Whatever you like, you can use here. 2 cups of each cereal. And then some pretzel twist. Now for added crunch, I love these sourdough pretzel bites. Are flavored, cheesy, spiced oil. Be gentle, kind of fold things in. You don't want to crush up the cereals, but get everything really well coated. So if things are looking a little dry, you can add a little bit more oil, but if they're looking a little oily, go ahead and add a little bit more seasoning to this or a little bit more cereal. But don't use water, don't use any liquids that'll add moisture. That will defeat the crunch factor that we're going for. I have my sheet pan here with my silicone baking mat. I have an oven preheated to 275. This is gonna go in there. It takes about 45 minutes, and then you wanna stir it about every 15 minutes. So we're just gonna add a little bit of popcorn. Now, I didn't bake the popcorn because the popcorn has a tendency to overcook, dry out. You want this cool before you pack it away. Just let it sit out until it gets to room temperature. The results are crunchy, savory, and delicious. Give it a try and let me know what flavor combinations are your favorite. I have some corn dogs in the oven because I recently saw this video and I've got to try this. Just some in your freezer section, traditional corn dogs. Put these in the oven. You can either air fry them or microwave them. I would caution against that. I like that crispy exterior. Whatever the package directions say for the corn dog, I usually let it go another 5-7 minutes. We're gonna cut into that corn dog. Don't cut all the way down to the bottom. That's how you can hold it, just like a hot dog. But this is how I usually build my chili cheese dogs. Start off with some cheese. That way the hot chili will melt it. Plus up some canned chilies. I'll saute some ground beef, some ground turkey, whatever works for you. You could dice up an onion or some garlic. Add some extra seasonings like chili powder, onion powder, garlic powder, cumin into that canned chili, little onion, and I'm gonna add some mustard. Chili and cornbread go together. Chili and hot dogs go together. This is beyond delicious. The other version of this I wanted to make is with mini corn dogs. Cheese, some of our chili, onion, of course. You could do green onion, any toppings you want. Let's do a few rings of jalapenos and be sure to not touch my face or my eyeballs now that I am manhandling these jalapenos. It's a perfect pairing. What can I say? You gotta try this. This is the throwback if I've ever made one. I saw these at the grocery store and I thought, you know exactly what these were made for? To do your own at-home mini pizza bagels. The pepperoni that's on the pizza bagels is cut into squares, so they're little kind of chunks. That's what you want. You can cube up some sliced pepperoni, or you can go for the pepperoni that you can slice up whole. Of course, you could use shredded cheese, but I'm gonna slice the cheese just the same. This is a little bit easier when you have cold cheese. Prep these ingredients first, so it's already all cubed up, and then you can make a few of these at a time whenever you want them. Open up our bagels. Every bagel will make 2 pizzas. And I'm just using jarred marinara sauce. It's not even pizza sauce. If you are adding any kind of vegetable, just make sure it's already sauteed. Baking time won't be long enough to really cook through any ingredients. I'm gonna go with our pepperoni first. Get those scattered around. Why not use all the cheese? I only have a little bit left. I'm gonna add some Parmesan, little Italian seasoning, and I like things spicy, so some extra crushed red pepper. Just cook these until everything is melty and delicious. The bagel's nice and toasty. This looks so good. That's so good. If you're a popcorn lover, you're gonna never go back to bagged microwaved popcorn because this is by far the easiest way that I found to make popcorn. You do need to get one of these devices. It's a silicone popcorn popper, or they have different variations like this glass one, but it's really easy. You just need to get loose popcorn kernels. These are so affordable. And what's great is it's just popcorn. It's just the kernels, and you can add whatever flavors and additives you want. There's little measurements on this version, so I'm just gonna fill this up to the line. Oh, I was supposed to pop this up first. So you have your microwave safe bowl and a bowl to eat it out of. And since we're microwaving, you don't need to add anything to it. Just the kernels in this popper and off to the microwave. Oh, look at all this popcorn. If you do want to salt your popcorn, have a fine salt in your cabinet. This will cling to the popcorn a little bit better. If you use a kosher salt, even in like normal table salt, that's not gonna really stick to your popcorn. Don't even need butter. It's just light, delicious, crunchy popcorn.